Okay. So, hello everybody. So last time, this is going to be my second stream of attempts of no loads, no meds, all secrets, and pistols only challenge run for Tomb Raider 1996. And yeah, so last time we did kind of mixed, a couple of deaths, but also the farthest I got was St. Francis Folly, the 5th level, because I forgot to slide backwards down the slope for the second secret of the level. So today I'm just going to try to get to somewhere further than that, of try to remember the secret and keep going a little bit further. So yeah, let me just double check everything's unmuted. Yeah. Okay, we have mic and game. Oh, is that outside noise? Can you close the window for me? Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to dive in and see where we can get today. And just move my mic a little. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm still getting used to the to streaming a little bit, because talking and playing is such a new experience. I've never really done that before, and trying to do it while broadcasting is a little bit weird. But yeah, hopefully I will be adapting soon. And yeah, I think today I'm also going to try to, like, if there are some chat messages where I want to think about my reply a little bit more, I'm going to try to pause in the sequences that I'm running and what I'm doing in games, so that I don't have deaths just due to being distracted or forgetting a secret. Speaking of which, we got the first 2 secrets in this level, and we're on our way to the 3rd. Yeah, so I think ideally my goal for today is just keep getting used to streaming and try to get further than that secret in St. Francis Folly. But also, ideally, I'd like to make it to Tehoken, because the beginning of this run is pretty much the same as any other no loads, no meds secrets run. You know, because you mostly do use the secret, or use just the pistols in the early levels. Like in an any percent run, you wouldn't necessarily need the pistols or pick them up until you could pick them up in Colosseum, but often people don't use them until Egypt. And that's what I've been doing in a lot of my runs. Oh, and I do have to get that secret. There we go. Can we make it through? Nice. Yeah, so for Peru and Greece, you're pretty much... It doesn't change terribly much to do it pistols only. And it's only past that where it starts adding much of an additional challenge. So since I've done quite a few, well, many attempts of No Loads, No Meds, and No Loads, No Meds, All Secrets, and I finished both of those runs previously, then this should be doable for me to get to Tihokin. The major challenge is just talking and thinking while I'm doing the run, which I think we'll get used to over time. Where are you guys at? There we go. All right, so into the water we go to get a couple of secrets. Yeah, so the other day when I was streaming this, I actually went, after I got the secret on the other side, which we're on our way to now, on the way back, instead of pulling the lever to just hop out of the pool, I actually pulled that lever a second time. Just because I was talking and babbling and I just zoned out a little bit. I did that twice. But it was no harm done. But I think if I can stop doing stuff like that, I'll know that I'm getting used to streaming. Which, in my very little experience, I've been enjoying it so far. So, yeah. And hi, Tyrosine. I don't know how any streamer can chat and run at the same time. Very impressive. Especially the people who do speed runs live, I do not know how we do it. I'm so impressed by all streamers, especially now that I'm having my own personal experience. But people who do challenge runs and speed runs, good God. It really is like almost a level of challenge run in and of itself to talk while you're doing this. Oops. Like, I feel like this is almost a no loads, no meds, all secrets, pistols only, and lots of talking run. Oh my god, DM, hi! Hi, DM! Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hi. How are you doing? Oh man, yeah, I just started streaming. So this is the first run of the day, and I'm on the second level. And I was just saying that I'm hoping for just a little bit more focus today so that I don't lose a run to just zoning out. And I can die in a normal way of making normal run mistakes. You're good. Just finished watching a movie, saw you were live, and fell over running myself here. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. It's really wonderful to have you stop in. I am still so nervous getting used to everything, but yeah. Hold on. One more bat. Two more bats. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I've been running this for a while. Like, I've never streamed it or anything, and I only have just a couple videos up on YouTube, but even that was only so that I could just submit runs to speedrun.com. It wasn't like to be like kind of intentionally public facing, I guess, you know. Yeah, so it's mostly just been me at home running just because I like the game. And I saw people doing No Loads, No Meds challenge on Twitch. And like back when I think it was a couple years ago, Board Raiders was doing an event where it was like, all right, speedrunners, everybody do No Loads, No Meds. We're all gonna try to do it. And everybody was just having a both very fun and frustrating and awful time trying to do their first No Loads, No Meds run of the speedrunning community. So that's when I started watching Twitch and also started getting interested in running the game myself. So yeah, I guess this has been cooking for a little while and it's nice to finally start. Yeah, some people sit in complete silence, so the fact that you're offering any commentary is leaps and bounds ahead. I'm trying. I'm trying real hard. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the reason I wanted to stream was just to say, oh, what did I do? No, I'm going over here. Oh no. The talking forgetting, it's happening again. I think I gotta go over here. Yeah, I think I didn't pull the lever. Okay, we'll do that. Did I? I'll go up and see. And if I can't figure it out, then I'll just reset because we barely started. Yeah, no, I was saying to my partner earlier today that I'm often telling him stuff about like how my run's gone or something. And now it's like all those random thoughts that are floating around in my head about the run. I just get to vomit them out into the universe now. So that's pretty neat. Oh, there it goes. All right. I will reset. Love the backstory. Now I'm a real streamer. Oh, get that chatty tag ready. Yeah, no, I was really enjoying chatting and stuff last time. I think just once I get a bit more comfortable, I think it'll be nice to be more of a chatty person. Yeah. Okay, so I also need to update my death counter. I forgot to do that all of last stream. It was just stuck on one death. So let me click over here and bump that up real quick. Oops. And that should be good. And hop back over here. And the game. Okay. So I think everything should still be good. Great. Oh, the simple joys in seeing other people die for a change. Honestly, there's going to be a lot of that in this. I've been like, I run this in similar challenges quite a bit. And usually I can get at least to mid grease before face diving into the ground. But yeah, there's been some early deaths in here, so you'll get to see a few if you hang out or lurk. And also, whatever you want to do, DM. If you want to chat a little bit or lurk, you can feel free either way. Yes. So let's start again, and we can see how far that we get. Okay. And at the beginning, we're gonna hop over and get the first two secrets real quick. And then the other one's kind of towards the end of the level. And I will try not to forget it and have to loop back and then beat the door timer this time. You know I don't shut up, Beth. You know, I that's what I love about your streams though. I love that you're so chatty and involved and it really works for your rhythm. because I feel like some people, um, you can be chatty and I don't know. Sometimes, depending on the vibe, I'm like, oh, I want to see a little bit more of the game, although I am enjoying the chat. Um, but in your streams, it feels so natural. The alternation between like we're chatting for a while, we're playing for a while. It just, I don't know, something about your personality. It really works for you, and that's why I enjoy hanging out so much. I think one of the things I'm gonna have to get used to is just finding a balance for myself that works. Because like everybody's different, everybody's brain is wired a little bit different. Some people can balance a whole lot of stuff at once. Um, some of us maybe struggle a little bit more with that. I know that's why I put the ADHD tag on my stream here because I am an ADHD girly and divided attention is kind of a struggle for me. But I know I'll get used to it and find a balance that works. It just might take a minute. Did I finish my TR4 run? So what I'm doing now is I'm taking it intentionally kind of slow, where I'm doing a no meds run. So I'm kind of just doing a normal casual playthrough, but with no meds, obviously. So that way I can kind of not worry if I die or anything because the focus is on the learning, right? And I can also replay sections. So whenever I play through a level, I'm probably actually playing it through maybe like 8 times before I move on and replaying little sections. Like, I don't know if you remember those absolutely cursed, what are they called? Like the blades with the pole where you slide down in Lost Library. Trying to do that without meds, oh my god, it was awful. So that I replayed probably like 50 times. Yeah, so I'm halfway through Giza, and yeah, hopefully I can finish that the next couple of days and maybe start running sections of the game. And oh good, I'm always paranoid. I never accomplish anything and it annoys people. No, actually, I wouldn't. It doesn't bother me at all. I feel like you actually make really nice and steady progress through the game because, you know, it's not a speed run, you know, it's a casual playthrough. And I like that you actually explore and see different parts of the game and the chatting in between. It feels like a good, enjoyable pace to me. It doesn't feel slow at all. And we got 3 of 3 in caves. And totally, everybody's different. Don't feel pressure to read them like comment to respond. You do what feels comfortable. Oh, the spinny saw blades were awful. That, it is a run killer for no loads, no meds, and also just a sip of water. I feel like there's parts in TR4 where you're almost like, because there is I don't know if anybody mentioned this in your streams, but by the time the devs got to Tomb Raider 4, they had been forced to release a game every year, so they were getting tired and exhausted and crunch. So they had kind of gotten sick of Lara Croft at that point and were starting to get almost like resentful of the game a little bit. So there's some parts in there, like there's some voice lines of Lara where she's like, "I'm tired, Jan," or John. And I'm like, is that the devs talking? And there's some levels and traps like the water maze that you have to look forward to in next stream where I'm like, is this just because we're mad at the game now and it's like intentionally torturous? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Yeah, you were watching Riza? Yeah, I was watching that as well. She's so good. She's so good and she's so consistent. It's really a pleasure to watch her streams. And it's very nice inspo for me in starting to learn the run. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and also anytime you can watch more people do a run, because everybody has their own little quirks and styles, and sometimes people find different things to do that make it easier or suit different, like, muscle memories, I guess. Like, there's some things that some runners do that I could never do, and then there's some things that people find hard that I'm actually kind of amenable to. So, watching Riza in addition to the tutorials that I'm learning from is helpful, because I can see, like, oh, well, Footy did it this way, but Riza did it this way. And now I have two options where I can choose what's good for me. Let's make this game terrible so they don't force us to make another. Honestly, think about it. Like, sometimes when you do very good at your job, you get punished with more work. So, wouldn't the opposite make less work? I don't know. Oh, I did want to ask DM. Have you? I know you mentioned kind of offhand that you had possibly considered doing a no loads, no meds at some point. I don't know if that was more of like it could be fun at some point, or more of like I'm actually thinking about specifically doing this maybe after my Tomb Raider journey is over. Because from my perspective, I think you definitely have the like it's kind of interesting what goes into a successful no loads, no meds, because it's partially skill at the game, but it's also partially practice. Or wait, I want to read your messages before I get lost in my own babble. I think I'm going to kill these two guys and try to teach myself to pause. Okay, bats and dogs down. Let me look for a sec. Oh, as much as I enjoy going in blind, I did enjoy early Cairo where I practiced and knew where I was going. Yes, that's something I absolutely agree. I had the same experience in TR3, actually, where I hated that game. I hated every second of it when I tried to play it casually. It made me so mad. This is my Tomb Raider confession. I rage quit that shit. I was so mad that I could not figure out where to go, and I basically kept getting lost in India because a lot of the textures, like, I didn't understand the connecting areas. It was just driving me up a wall, and I didn't want to have to read a walkthrough to play the whole game. So I was just like, this is not for me, or at least not for me right now, and I rage quit. And I actually didn't come back to it until I was like, some people really love TR3, and maybe it's just like, if I knew where to go, maybe I'd actually like the game, because there does seem to be a lot to love in that game. And so I started learning the route actively like that, and I did start liking the game quite a bit. So yeah, I can see how when you had the opportunity to actually practice and just play for pleasure, not for trying to like also solve the puzzle of where the hell am I going? What am I doing? This is a maze. Everything looks the same. That it was more enjoyable. Yeah. And I feel like you could actually see that in your stream a little bit. And oh, yes, I do want to do no loads, no meds for sure. Yay! Join us. Join our cult. And my plan is to get through AOD and then circle back to do challenge runs and custom levels. I think that's a wonderful plan. Oh yeah, please don't tell Chandri. I know the VOD will be up, so sorry, Chandri, if you're watching. But yeah, it happened. But I love it now. I did come around to it. Yeah, the textures all look the same. It's such a long game, so I guess I can kind of see where they might have been coming from, of making every level in TR4 look totally different, and all of these things might have just been too much, but then maybe make it smaller. But I guess that's also like, it's supposed to be Cairo. It's a city and it's the apocalypse, so I don't know. It drove me crazy. All right, so I'm on the right side now. Hopefully, yes. Not gonna go crunch this time. Yeah, yeah, but your plan of work through all the classics, maybe take a break here and there for, oops. Oh my God, I zoned out. Hold on, let me get through this thing. There we go. Yeah, maybe take a break for some other games in between, but Tomb Raider wise, to play through the classics and then custom levels, maybe a challenge. I think that's a fantastic plan because you do seem to really enjoy it. And yeah, there's lots of people who love the level editor levels. So that would be fun to watch and see with others. Yeah, and if you do ever want to start learning for No Loadsome Challenge Run, I'm always happy to be a resource or anything I could do to help you get started. I learned from Footy's tutorials on YouTube and just playing level by level. And yeah, so yeah, if you ever do want to start a little practice on that, that would be super fun. And I think you do really well at it because you have the skill, and then past that, it's practice, and it's just being incredibly stubborn. Of you just have to be willing to do it over and over and over, and obviously everybody gets discouraged by deaths here and there, but willing to keep dying and keep going anyway. Let me take a sip of water. Oh, TM. You have a confession too. I don't like TR4. Don't tell jail. I was wondering a little bit because I mean, I had the same feelings a lot in TR4 of it does have some places that are confusing. The backtracking is quite a bit, and the oops all Egypt nature of it, like jail seems to know so much about like Egyptology and archaeology and history relative to Egypt, which I find fascinating. I love all his comments when he mentions stuff that's like random stuff about Egypt or stuff that the game is specifically trying to mimic or be inspired by. I really enjoyed that. So I can see how being that knowledgeable about Egypt would add so much enjoyment to the game. But for me, I'm a big dummy when it comes to history, so I don't know anything. And also, I do get lost easily, and I can get frustrated with some stuff like that. So I did have some of my frustrations with TR4. But yeah. Yeah, it's a mixed bag, but that's also like that's the nature of tomb raiding and the Tomb Raider community, is that everybody seems to have different favorites. Like I think Lauren was saying the other day, I don't know in whose stream, but I think she was saying that Chronicles is her favorite. And Chronicles isn't the most beloved Tomb Raider in the community, but that's her favorite. And I think that's really cool. It's one of the things I like about Tomb Raiding is that nobody's like, oh, you're wrong, that one sucks. It's like, oh, you like that one? I like this one. We all love Tomb Raider. Oh, you're right. Yeah, he said he hasn't played it in 10 years. Now that you say it, I do remember that comment. Because I remember thinking at the time, how do you remember this all then? Because I was like, I played this like 6 months ago. I barely remember any of this stuff. But yeah, I guess you do also refresh your memory of watching streams. Like if I watch a stream of a Tomb Raider game that I haven't played yet, because I actually only played, oh shoot, we're good. I've only played a lot of these games recently because I haven't been a gamer my whole life. I only rediscovered gaming very recently and then became severely and irretrievably obsessed. Um, but yeah, so if I ever watched a game that I hadn't played before, like I wouldn't learn anything from it. I wouldn't remember. I'd be like, "Oh, we're going over here. That's so interesting." Um, but you do kind of reinforce your memories of where to go and what's in a game when it's a game you already know. Um, which you as a gamer probably already know, but yeah. Uh, yeah, I think my main gripe with TR4 is a victim of the hardware and how it's split up and backtracking so much. Yeah. But it's also an artistic choice, right? Or I guess development choice, because if you want to make huge areas, but you're limited by the hardware, it's also that you wanted to make huge areas to begin with, right? Like the earlier Tomb Raiders were just by virtue of time being even more limited, but yeah, they're a little bit less confusing. But all right, I'm gonna do my normal sequence and just try not to die. All right, and I'm gonna go drop down on the safe side because oh my god, I just walked my last death of the day the other day. I just walked straight off the side of that ledge and crumpled into nothingness. So I'm gonna be a little bit safe. Yeah, I prefer self-contained levels. Yeah, me too. And I think that's one of the main selling points for the earlier Tomb Raiders, which is they don't like super obviously telegraph things to you in the game. But I noticed that the more casual playthroughs I watch, I notice that people tend to just go the same places where it's kind of natural, the pathing. Like, I think it's wonderful level design. So I think that's part of why it's so jarring when you get to 3 and 4 and you start having levels where it's not natural or not as intuitive where to go. All right, let me not goof this. Okie dokie. Yeah, like everything I need is here somewhere. Okay, so now we have, let me use my brain. We have 1, 2, 3 cogs, and we have 1, 2, 3 secrets. And the way I like to think about this level is that there's 3 secrets on this half and 2 in the other half, which is where we are going now. So we will just pick those up and then hopefully nobody forgot anything. Oh, the cat just rolled over and made a super gross sound. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and I think in general, I'm gonna... Yeah, so normally there's a sequence you can do where you just kind of run straight over to there, but some things in general, I'm going to take things a little bit slower, a little bit more reliable strats. Because while I do a little bit of speed running, I think now's not the time for that. And because I would love to get a run going into Greece, definitely, and hopefully a little bit past that. Banana. I really enjoy that banana jump. It's so satisfying. All right, so we're gonna put in all these cogs here, and that will open that little door to make sure that to stop the current in the water so that we can swim. And here are the last 2 secrets. There's one. And also, since this is a pistols only run, I am not going to pick up the shotgun that's right there to our right, and just keep on going. And hopefully right into Tomb of Qualipec. Oh, yeah, the tricks I see other streamers pull off, I'm like, someday, but not today. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's a slow burn also in learning a lot of these strats. Like, I think I've put together. Oh, I don't need that ammo because pistol has magical infinite ammo. Yeah, like little things like that. I've like that long grab. I've pieced together, but there's a quicker way to get over that jump I just made, where my fingers haven't been able to figure that one out yet. But yeah, you just start level by level and put together pieces. Like I'm gonna start with this major strat first, and then do like the more complicated version of it, or even breaking down a single strat into multiple pieces and being like, okay, I'm gonna work on the run up sequence in this run. And now that I've got the run up right, now we'll get the angle of the jump right. You can break it down a lot. Okay, so 5 of 5. Time for Tihokin. I mean, Qualipec. I keep mixing those up. It's like my brain, I know what the names of the levels are, but just like saying all the wrong names. Also, this is very good dinos. I was going to say, I said it was very good dinos, and then it just stopped being good dinos. But yeah, this is really high health, so I'm pretty sure that we can do a nice aggressive Larson strat at the end of the level. Yeah, like these jumps here. It's not only very quick, but it's also a nice way to save health. Because when you're running around on the bottom, the dogs can get quite a few bites off on you. So it's not only a speed run, but it's also helpful for no loads, no meds. And also when you're just doing it so many times, you'll start to pick it up. Where I used to struggle a lot with like how to roll on the tile so that I get far enough into the room to even be able to do the sequence. And then getting the sequence and how much do I curve a little bit here. Yeah, you can kind of piece it out into different things that you can learn in sequence and then just drill and drill and drill and drill. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that I learned in this game, I did have to learn kind of more piecemeal like that because I know a lot of speedrunners have loved the games forever, right? They're like, I played this in a kid and I replay it every so often, and then I got really into it and blah blah. Blah. But yeah, as I said, the first time I played all of these except for half of Tomb Raider 2, I played as a kid. Everything else in the Tomb Raiders, I only played it within the past few years. During lockdown, I started thinking about playing some games again and got back into it. Mostly because I just wanted to finish Tomb Raider 2. Because I was like, I remember really loving that game, but I got too spooked and scared of the ice levels in Tibet, so I never finished it. So finishing that was really satisfying. But I was so out of practice that I'm like running into walls, bonking on everything. It was a lot of effort just to move it all in this. And even regular modern mouse and keyboard games, I was also struggling to do basic movements in those. So it's been kind of a long road to get to this point, but I feel like that's why I'm confident that like I feel like anybody who's interested can do a challenge run like this. Um, because I kind of started from not knowing how to move at all, and just through the power of obsession, I was able to work up to this level of movement. And you don't have to learn it all at once. You can just learn little bits here and there. And especially the challenge runs. They're really nice for going at your own pace. Like a lot of what I'm doing here is or wait, I always just stayed at the mansions. I was too scared to do the levels. That is such a common experience, because also the house is just really dope. You know, like it's really fun to go around the house. If I feel like some days you just want to just like screw around and run around, and it's fun, and there's things to find. Like there's the little there's actually a little timed secret in the Tomb Raider 2 house, and then again in the Tomb Raider 3 house. So there's even stuff to find a little bit in there. So yeah, that makes total sense. And also, especially depending on which Tomb Raider was your first one, the beginning levels can be very scary. So it's like, I'll just go back to the house. It was fun in there. It was fun. It was warm. There was like, and Laura would say hi. All right. Gonna not get smooshed by this boulder. I think I'm actually just gonna chill here. Nice and safe. TR3 was technically my first. Yeah. So, oh wait, I'm gonna do this Larson fight first, because we gotta kill him dead, even though he's not actually dead. He shows back up later. But we gotta get him down first so that we can keep on going. Right, here we go. Oh, thank God everybody's so bad at turning in these games. It's really convenient. Where are you going? Oh, there you go. And as is speedrun tradition, dive in the water.
Well,
boom.
You have my total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though.
Okay. So 3 of 3. And we made it to Greece, girls. We did it. Oh, so I'm gonna start off killing these lions, and then I'm gonna babble about the sequence that I'm about to miss after that. But my partner, his only Tomb Raider experience he ever had was trying to play TR3 as a kid and getting irretrievably lost in India, and then just spending the entire time in the house. Because, as we all know, the house is fantastic and totally a fun place to play. And it's really easy to spend a lot of time in the house and doing the assault course and stuff. But yeah, so he was actually a little surprised when I was so into Tomb Raider, because he was like, isn't that really hard? Because his only experience was Tomb Raider 3. So he thought he might not like it, but I got him to play a little of Tomb Raider 1, and we had a good time. Okay, so I'm about to... I missed the trigger skip again. You know, it's funny. There's some things that, like, some sequences you learn. It's like, you get them all the time, and they become almost second nature. Where are you? There you are. But then after a short while of not playing, or even just kind of randomly sometimes, you just forget how to do them. And it's like, okay, I used to do that every time I play. And I could do that sequence all nice and stuff and everything was good. Now it's like, nope, your brain just like deleted that file. We don't know how to do that anymore. What I was trying to do is this Omega tile. That's a trigger to close the door and lock you in here so that you would have to go up there to pull that lever. And these tiles over here on the top of these pillars, those have triggers for the Pierre, or Pierre, who's currently floating around outside. And now we will have to kill. But that's fine. He doesn't take that many shots. And I'm just going to keep my lock on him. And I know he's still here because the lock hasn't released. Where are you? Oh my god. Oh, he just did not want to be murdered for some reason. Okay. But, yeah. But, so that would be extremely frustrating in a speed run, but it's no problem in this run. It's just nice to skip if you can. Because it's pretty easy to execute once you learned it. I could see that. I think I loaded into the first level, slid down the slope, died on the spikes, and ran back to the house. Relatable, completely logical, absolutely. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's, you think it's like, oh, no, it's actually not that easy. I remember when I was starting to learn the TR3 no loads, no meds route, that took me like half a day to learn. And, oh, shoot. Let me think. So I missed that jump and I ate a bunch of health. And I'm trying to remember how much health I'll need to lose to do the secret in the main folly room. I think I thought it was half, but now I can't remember if half is just what I think I need. So I'll continue and we'll see if we go crunch when we do one of the more challenging secrets in this Tomb Raider, which is the timed run from the absolute top of the room in Folly to the absolute bottom of the room in Folly. And I'm also going to, Pierre trolling me throughout all of TR3, the core memory now. Oh my god, he just keeps coming back. Oh, it's like I know I'm amazing and we're all obsessed with me probably, but like, Pierre, calm down. All right. This is where I lost 2 runs yesterday, or the other day, whenever I streamed. I went down forwards. And if you go down forwards, you're not able to get the secret. And unlike most of the secrets in this game, hi, Pi Salieri! Don't forget the ramp secret. I remembered. For once, I remembered. Pi Salieri was here when I lost 2 runs to this the other day. But thank you so much for the reminder. And what we're supposed to do the other day is this. And I'm just holding action the whole time. There we go. And we pull up. As soon as we pass down, we hold jump. There we go. Easy peasy. We have third secret is right here. Yay. Nice. Oh. Also, it's great to see you back. How are you doing? But also, feel free to lurk if you want to do that as well. Okay. All right, so this is officially a PB. This is the farthest I have got in no loads, no meds, all secrets, pistols only. Oh, right. And I forgot. So I will have to pay attention on this level because I need to do the jump all the way down to the bottom. So in that bottom right corner, or is that the corner? I don't know. I'm also waiting for this bat. Okay, bat is dead. We can hop back up. We're going to go all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom. And we're going to try and not die in the process. But with the route that I take, there will be some forced damage. And I can't remember how much damage that is. But I also don't know a different way to get down while still being within the time limit to get the secret and not have to climb all the way back up again. Let's go, PB! Woo! Oh my god, I'm very excited about it. Also, now we get to see new things. Oh, okay. So leaving this tile with the lighter white color, that's where we start. So fingers crossed, surprise crotch incoming. Honestly, most likely. Okay. I think we made it, guys. Oh. Ah, I don't know if that was a glitch, but I'm going to pretend it wasn't. Those doors can let you through and not let you through and be kind of weird about it. But I'm pretty sure that was fine. But yay, we made it. We didn't die. We are going to have to play pretty safe the rest of the level because I only have like a fifth of my health bar. But yay, I'm so pleased. So we get to keep on going. Okay, so in this level, now that we've gotten over to this side, this is the real heart of the level. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to 4 different rooms, each named after mythological figures. They're all a little bit not the same mythology. Pure skill. Thank you, TM. Thank you. Also, 8 million hours of practice. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do a simpler sequence on this. Now that we've gotten the key, we have the danger swords here. And I'm going to do a quick roll back and forth to trigger the first one. That's nice, easy strat. And I'm pretty confident on where they are, so I can run from point to point. I don't have to walk the whole way, but I'm just going to break it up like this so that I can stay alive. And we're out. I lose a surprising amount of runs here. Like, it's in the earlier game. So, oh, I don't need to go around that way. I can just do the way I'm most comfortable. Yeah, it's the first first Greece level. Which is still early on in the game, but I die here a lot. I don't know if that's just a me thing. But yeah. So, if I can get past this, I would feel more confident about I think we can definitely get through Colosseum and maybe Midas. I forgot to pull a lever. Let's just hop back down there real quick. Yeah, I could do some of the rooms like Atlas and stuff now, but the reason I don't want to is, here we go. This is the one I forgot. This opens the Neptune room at the top. How do I get back up? Oh my god. I was like, how did I play this game? You know, sometimes you get really used to doing something all the same way over and over and over that when you do anything a little bit different, you're like, wait, what? I just walked the whole way through the sword room and narrowly avoided all of them. Honestly, especially if you're doing a casual playthrough like yours, but even if you're doing no loads, no meds, that works, and it is a great strat. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, like, yeah, I used to walk a lot of it. Still, I only built up time periodically, or not, like chunk by chunk over time, getting the full sequence. I can run some of it now. I can't run all of it yet. Like if you ever see a speedrunner do it, they literally fly through the room, and I'm just like, how are you doing that? Because you can take a lot of damage. But yeah, I'm happy with my medium strat for now. Yeah. So, oh right, I was rambling about what we're doing in here. So we have 4 different rooms based on different mythological things. So we have the water room with Neptune here. We have our first key. And the reason I wanted to hop back down, even though it was kind of out of the way, to pull that lever and then come almost all the way back up, is that I think it's taking the first key is what spawns Pierre. So from here, I'm far from Pierre, so he can't get shots off on me. Where if I start at the bottom, then I would be trying to hop around this structure while getting shot at by Pierre. So it's a lot nicer to do it like this. Oh, I was so worried I was going to get hit by that monkey or gorilla. DM, I think you said the same thing of you kept calling them monkeys, and it's like, I know they're gorillas, but it's what my brain said when I first started playing, and I'm never gonna get that one right. Oh, this is also a little strat that I developed because I'm very bad at curve jumps. So you're doing great. I should be taking notes. Will the bobble be up? I was actually thinking about so a lot of this is what I've learned from other people. I'm very grateful to Footy and T-Rex of Terror and all the wonderful streamers and speedrunners who have made many, many tutorials. They're fantastic, and I highly encourage you to check out their videos if you want to learn any of this stuff. So most of this I didn't figure out on my own. It's like me retranslating stuff that I've learned from them. This is one thing that I did develop on my own, and I'm thinking about making a little YouTube sequence of YouTube shorter videos. Not shorts, but like I wanted to call it simple strats of here's some stuff that is like a simplified version of a strat, or just something that I haven't seen somebody do, or I haven't seen somebody explain in a video. So what I'm going to do here is I did that jump so that I'm kind of straightened out. Standing jump forward into running jump, back jump, and over to the right there. So, and then you get over the boulder, and I didn't even take any damage. It's important to be fully to the right when you do that. I was actually a little worried when I was doing that. But it's closer to the speedrun strat, you just beat the boulder to the part where you jump up. But I can't execute that well, let alone well enough to do a no loads, no meds. So for me, I like that, and that's worked pretty well for me. It only took a little bit of practice to get going. All right, I'm gonna try to not mess up this. to remember that I'm very low health. I'm not normally so low at this point. But yeah, that's also one of the things I like about this game is that there's oops. I forgot that I need to pause for that sequence there. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to do things, and you can kind of piece it together over time. And also, like, people are actively coming up with strats for things. Like, they just discovered a big skip in Tomb Raider 3. What was it? In Aldwych. A big skip for a lot of the levels. And it was just because somebody was playing, learning the speed run. And they said, hey, I was doing this and like, why did it like blink into a different state of the level? And people were like, huh? What? What's happening? But then it inspired a whole new strat and saved like 3 minutes. So there's always new things to discover. And like, when you're running and playing it yourself, when you're learning strats, it feels like you're discovering things, even when it's like just the natural or an established strat or something. All right, gonna focus again so that I don't die here. All right, we are alive, and time for Pierre. Thor's big dumb hammer got me on my first time here. It, like, I've done it a million times at this point, so it's second nature. But like, one time somebody talked to me while I was approaching it, and I just boop. Any level of distraction, it's easy to get that timing wrong, even when you know the right timing. I feel like many of us have been, and in a casual playthrough, you're gonna get smushed. Absolutely. Oh, and skip Aldwych, say less. Absolutely. That level is torture, and I have no tolerance for it. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna try very hard to not get murdered by Pierre, because I think I can only take like a couple shots. And depending on where he's running, it can both take quite a while to get him, and he may or may not be able to hit you. So there, you had the little yellow sparks at my feet. So that meant that he shot at me, but he didn't actually hit me. Visually, aside from the health bar, I'm not going to take damage. Oh, he's gone. Woo. Okay, now I just have to not jump into the lions, which is something I do embarrassingly often. Where are you? Okay. You are. You over here? All right. I just wanted to be extra safe just because I was so low. Sometimes I jump down at after the first lion's down, but yeah. All right, so that is, and I do have all 4 keys. I was wondering for a second, because you know I'm talking, doing stuff. I'm still getting used to the I'm still learning to walk and chew gum at the end of the day. So I was thinking that there's a real possibility that I just missed one of the doors here, or one of the 4 doors of the level. But no, we have all 4. So that means we can go on to Colosseum. And 4 of 4, yay! All right. Also, I think I'm just gonna take like a 2-minute break Just, I'm going to run to the bathroom and maybe heat up a cup of coffee. So I'll be right back. If I can remember. Beautiful. Ah, look, what an advanced streamer. I have a BRB screen. Right, sounds good. Great. Yeah, so I will see you guys in a couple of minutes if you're still around. And if not, it was lovely to have you here, DM, and also play Salieri. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. BRB. Okay, so I am back. And we just get resituated a little bit. And turn off this BRB. Okay. Excellent. So we can continue with our run. Welcome back. Thank you. Hi. Also, I apologize for the coffee sipping sounds and stuff. I don't know how much of that is actually getting picked up. I'm going to have to um, check the VOD afterwards. I haven't figured out a or wait, am I in the game? Hello? Oh wait, sorry. Let me just re-put the OBS down there so I can still see the itty bitty live notification thing, and then that's there, and then this is that, and then that. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, am I in the? I'm just trying to. The problem I'm having is. There we go. Oh God. Okay. I thought I had clicked back into the game, but the keys I was pressing weren't doing the things that they normally do. Let me just double check that I'm still all good. Okay. Yeah, everything seems fine. Okay. Um, oh, so for next, what I was saying is, you're fine. Stay hydrated. It's important, especially like if I get overheated while I'm trying to run. I've noticed that when I was doing well, a little less so for just a casual challenge run like this, but when I'm doing speed runs, if I get hot, I start dying. And it's so weird. Like the second I start to get overheated, like I just jump off a ledge, I walk right into an enemy. It's like uncanny. Am I shooting a corpse? Oh, I am. Okay. The reason I wanted to get that one out of the way is so that I could do this jump, and if I fail it, then I won't get eaten by a lion. Yeah, like that. Oh yeah, so I'd like to make a hotkey for mute button or something, because my mic itself doesn't have a mute button on itself. So I need to do it on the computer, and there's been so many things to figure out to start streaming. There's like software and this and that, and like the scenes in OBS, some of the aesthetic stuff in different accounts. Okay, I'm gonna try to set this up properly. Okay. So we want to be all the way back and all the way to the right. The visual I like is when I'm just covering up the tip of her foot with her other ankle. And then, yeah, I'm turning a little bit too early. If for some reason I can't get this, I will go around, but I'll try a couple more times before I call it a day. There we go. Okay, that was the outcome I was looking for. Normally you'd want to go all the way around there, kill a lion over there, run, 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 run. And if you don't fail it 8 times in a row, then it's actually faster. Imagine that. Okay, yeah, and then we can just jump. Oh, secrets. Secrets. I almost did the thing. I was mentioning this last stream of, there's the chime. Yeah, I was mentioning this last stream of, I've also been derusting any percent. So in that, you don't have to get the secrets unless you want to. Usually we all, or many people, unless you're a high level runner, which I decidedly am not, we'll take that secret in Coliseum that we'll get in a few minutes. But yeah, so I've been doing both secrets and non-secrets, alternating back and forth. So I have to a little bit consciously remind myself to grab those secrets. Because if we miss one, then the run is dead. So some of them we can go back to get if we remember before we finish the level. But others, like that one I missed in Folly twice the other day, yeah, others, you're just rip run, you know? Okay, so we're gonna take this Pierre safe. And there's different safe ways to do this, but this is what I like to do. Well, first I like to kill these bats. So I like to get right up in his face. And if you don't take a long time, then he'll actually run the other way, which is a bit easier. Oh, and we're shooting at nothing, which means Pierre is gone. Nice. Also, this track is so beautiful. Such amazing music. Oh, I think I missed a message. Just like challenge runs and speed running, taking in small steps when it comes to stream stuff. I've been trying to balance that. Sometimes I'm like, oh, well, I could do this, and let me try this, and then I have like 8,000 tabs open, and I've like half started 6 things, and then I got all confused and overwhelmed, and I'm like, what's a bit rate? Is oh my god, yeah. So some days I do kind of try to learn 2 million things at once, but I've been trying to take it slow, and like focus on stream essentials first. Like I have scenes, the game runs, the timer runs, and at the end of the day, those are absolute essentials. And I can see all your lovely chat messages. And also learning to test, test, and test again. Oh, don't eat me. Yay. Because the when I streamed the other day, I had set up stream elements for follow alerts, but boop. Okay. Oh, but I could hear them on stream. So when I tested it with the recording, I could hear the follow alerts, but I couldn't hear them in my headphones when it was actually live. And the reason I didn't catch that in the test is that I was like I could hear it in the test screen from the browser, if that makes sense. I don't know. That might have been garbled, but yeah. So I couldn't hear follow notifications yesterday, so I missed a notification of my first follow, and I felt so bad. But we fixed it for today. So even when a piece is complete, sometimes it still needs some work. Just like the things that are strats, and sometimes you learn them and forget them and gotta relearn. But eventually it comes together. Nice. Okay. I do wish the early Tomb Raiders had more consistent music and played longer. I'm sad when it goes away. Yeah, absolutely, because it's so good. And I feel like it's such a balance, though, because one of the things I do like about the music in the Tomb Raiders is I don't need this. This is pistols only. We do not need these magnums. They offend us today. We are pistols only. We are purists today. So no pickups. Oh yeah, so some games where there's music all the time, I don't know, maybe it's an ADHD thing, but I find that whenever I play a video game specifically that has constant background tracks, they get stuck in my head and I just cannot get them out. And it actually makes it hard to sleep because I just keep hearing I think it's probably because it's the only time where you play something or you do something for a long time and listen to the same song over and over and over and over without having set out to play the same song over and over and over. And that kind of drives me crazy, personally. But in the Tomb Raider, it's like there's a track here and there, so you get musical flourishes, but they're not on loop forever. And it also adds to the atmosphere so much because it really is just you going through these ancient environments, or ancient or modern, depending on what Tomb Raider. And it gives you that sense of freedom and exploration. And I think the intermittent music really adds to that because most of what you're hearing is like wind whooshing through and like dripping water or the birds in the jungle and things like that. And I think that's the feeling that allows you to have, I think is part of why people really enjoy the Tomb Raiders to some extent. is that sense of exploration and freedom. Yeah. It does make sense when you put it that way. Yeah, I mean, I think we can also totally have different opinions on this because I do agree with you that the music's really good and I want to listen to more of it. But yeah. Also, the silence is kind of needed for audio cues like enemies, doors. Absolutely. Yeah, and that has become extremely. For some reason, when I started running, I thought I was gonna miss that. Oh, I'm sorry if that was super loud. Um, but we got it. Um, oh yeah, some people I watch on stream, they like have music in the background while they're speed running or especially challenge running. And for Tomb Raider 1, I've tried that because you're running the same game over and over and over. And especially every time you die to caves or you die to anything, it's back to caves. So it's 8,000 times through caves. And it's like, oh my God, please show me a level that isn't in Peru. Like, I just want to see Egypt again. Like, I forgot what Atlantis looks like. Please, I just want to be murdered by a mummy. Like, so I'm like, what if I listen to music while I run? But I can't do it because the rhythm of the music conflicts with the rhythm of Lara's footsteps in my head and I can't disentangle them. Like I rely so heavily on auditory cues to do a lot of my sequences and stuff that or internal timing like with the Thor hammer that we were talking about. It's internal timing and I feel that I can't really do that while I'm listening to music and I'm very in awe of the people who are capable of it. Yeah. Mhm. So, okie dokie, we got 3 of 3 and we made it through another level. Oh my God. Okay, so Midas has a lot of enemies coming up. But luckily, this, I feel like this is my worst level in any percent because of all the enemies. Because when there's 10 monkeys and 6 lions chasing after you, or however many there are, I honestly never counted, so I actually have no idea. I always meant to count how many show up in that one part, which we will get to hopefully, fingers crossed, which I know at least T-Rex calls the party room, and I also call it the party room now. I was meant to count how many are in there so that I could know when I've killed them all, but I just never got around to it. And I was like, it's fine. There, however many there was is however many are like there when I'm done and no more pop out. Whoops. Yeah, so in any percent, you'll have a horde of like this whole menagerie just chasing after you as you try to put in the gold bars at the end. And that makes for a lot of RNG, where you could use 3 health packs or you could use 0. And that's very challenging. So that's my worst level. And it also seems like if you try to kill any of them, it actually makes it harder because it makes them follow you a little bit differently or something. So, yeah, but in No Loads No Meds, you get to kill them all. So it's actually not that bad. Oh, you gotta start counting like Rizza. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's so much counting. I know I should count more, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna feel it. I'm gonna feel the run. My fingers will learn it. But yeah. Chandri told me to get on Midas's hand here. I mean, it blesses the run. You have to do it. Oh, it's such a good animation. Turn to gold. Oh my god. So when I first started learning the no loads, no meds run, I was following footies tutorials on YouTube. And what was I gonna say? Or no, this isn't even when I was learning. This is just when I was doing my casual playthrough. Right. This is my first playthrough of the game. I get to Midas and I'm having a grand old time and I'm trying to do the fire room that we just went through. And I could not get it. I could not land on the platforms. I was trying to like make some recipe of like okay, and like imagine my hands up to my forehead doing the like big brain thinking thing of like, all right, well, I'm going to do a standing jump here and like then a quarter turn here and try to do that right and da da da. And I just couldn't do it. And but then when I started doing no loads, no meds, I realized that I was missing a lot of stuff that I should be able to do. And it's because my keyboard didn't have N key rollover. And in Tomb Raider, you have to press like 1,000 keys at once. So I was struggling to do these jumps that my keyboard actually just couldn't do. And I was like, this is the rudest thing that's ever happened to anybody. And I was so mortally offended. And then I bought a new keyboard, and here we are now. So that was my weird rambling story about N key rollover. Um, all right. Also, this may be one of the levels where I get a little bit of forgettingness because those levers, I always forget what numbers to pull, or if you number them 1 to 5. I have a tendency to forget. And I do need a little bit of practice on the no loads, no meds secrets route for some of these levels. And I practiced a little bit uh, between last stream and now, but I honestly just didn't think I'd get this far. So there's some levels that I kind of wish I had practiced, but I just didn't think I'd get to them. It was some twisted initiation process, I'm sure. Oh my god. It's there's certain things where you just gotta there's like certain falls that everybody does, certain places in the game where everybody curses it, and you know, it's like not knowing where to go through the Cairo levels. Like that's another initiation where I'm actually happy that you haven't had to be like fully tortured by some of these levels. It's like you get enough to really feel like, oh my god, what the hell is this? But with chat helping up a little bit, it's like still enjoyable. You know, it's kind of a nice balance. Like using a walkthrough when you get stuck is similar, but it's nice to have people for it. It's been fun to help out in your streams with where to go a little bit. And I think it makes for an interesting and fun dynamic for chat. Okay. So I used to try to jump in with a shotgun here and get off 1 to 2 shots immediately, but you can't do that in pistols only. And I didn't notice until I started watching people's who are challenge runners on Twitch. But you can just jump forward and jump back. And then you get a lock and you just wait for the monkey to loop back and forth. And we're all good. Nice. Okay. You're restocked on the bomb a little bit. All right. Whoops. Okay, a little bit of damage there, but that should be totally fine. I'm not really hurting for health in this level generally. So usually the way that I die in this level in my runs is like a falling death or something. It's rarely actually like taking damage and stuff. So we need 4 and 5 now. Okay. It's a unique bonding experience for sure. Jill tries to torture me. The cryptic clues. Oh my god. It's like I can kind of see like how it's like this weird balance of helpful, but like you also are gonna work for it, you know? It's such a specific style. I feel like sometimes in streams where me and Jail are both trying to help out a little bit, that it's like this weird balance of like Jail's like, and if you look to something, then it will be revealed. And I'm like, you could just jump over there. It's a fun balance, though. That's why I told him that it's a community builder to kind of get through the level together, which is why I encourage people to help me. I absolutely get that vibe. Because I feel good when I get to return that kindness and help others. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, like, I generally enjoy helping people and, like, I don't know, it feels good to contribute something. And also, what was I gonna say? It's like a fun activity that we do together. You know, like obviously you're playing the game, but us chatting along, it makes it kind of exactly like a community activity. And it's been fun to both watch and on days where like where I'm not in a super chatty mood, just even if I'm not participating, it's still really fun to be around and in the chat of. So it's not just the I like vomiting all my Tomb Raider thoughts out into the void. It's also it's really fun to watch, especially because Tomb Raider 3 and 4 it is very easy to get lost in parts. Like I feel like Tomb Raider 1 and 2, it's more constrained. Of there's just a couple parts where you might like get stuck and then check a walkthrough, but they're much more discreet. Whereas in Tomb Raider 3 and 4, it's like, I need help with all of Cairo. It's all a mess. I don't understand the whole thing. I also don't know where I am right now. Like, Mom, come get me. Yeah, so even looking something up in a walkthrough can be hard because it's like kind of confusing. And I think that's where chat really shines for this of, oh, whoops. I gotta set that up again. Yeah, so having folks to help out a little bit in 3 and 4 makes a really nice experience. Jump beats. And then we slide, side jump, secret. And we don't need those items. It's just us and our pistols. Okay, so that is... Let me think about the secrets in this level. We just got, there was the one where we hung down on the other side of this platform. That one, you're not actually going to the secret. You're just being on the trigger tile, and that's enough. As long as you hear the chime, it counts as the secret for no loads, no meds runs, or all secrets runs, or any challenge run, or any speed or challenge run for the Tomb Raiders. Hearing the chime counts as the secret. So often we don't go into the full place. We just got the one over there with the slopes. And then number 3 is in the room at the end with the hidden switch. Okay, gotcha. All right, so we want the line of that block to be just past the midline of Lara. And I like to press left while I'm jumping. You don't want to grab or anything, because then you'll go too far, and the amount of time that she's in the air is the amount of damage. Oops. We don't want to hit grab. And But I feel like if I hit left, then I'm trying to go as straight as possible. So I actually take... You can... I feel like it helps to minimize the damage. Oops. That helps to increase the damage, grabbing there. But we should still be fine. Okay. And I go a little bit aggressive on this lion. Yeah, because I find that I'm less waiting for it to come to me and more taking the fight to it, you know. And the closer you are, the more damage your guns do. So that can help out. When JL sent me the Cairo overview, an overview of 13 level changes. It's so cursed. I remember when I hit Cairo, I like to figure things out on my own. That's part of the fun. But I got lost pretty quickly, and then I remember having the exact same reaction. I looked up Stella's guide. I saw that table of the, I guess it's 13 level sequence, and oh my god, it was just, how am I supposed to figure this out? Because a lot of them, they're very quick. It's just like, oh, drive back through this thing to get to the other thing, and it's like, I can barely like get a feel for where I am within the levels. Wait, I'm gonna do this smart so that I don't drop down and immediately die. Okay, let me just double check for myself. We have 3 lead bars. Excellent. So I didn't miss anything along the way. And what I like to do here is go all the way to the corner so that I'm basically as close to the ground as possible and also ready to do my jump when it feels safe. And I'm just going to kill whoever strays in my path. And at least I'd like to make sure that all the monkeys are out of the room. When all the monkeys are out, then I can do this. I want to run off this a little bit to the right so that I'm on here, and then a run jump straight to over here. Now, the first block I landed on, the lions can't get up to it, but the monkeys can. This one, neither the lions nor the monkeys can get up to. So now I can be closer to kill things faster, but I'm safe. You want to know how that lion got on the second floor? Oh my god. Like, what was she doing? Where was she going? Were you born here? Is this where you've always been? I don't see a route for any of the other ones. I don't know. They may be some very acrobatic lines. Okay. So, I see nobody here now. So I'm going to use this time to make my run in to grab this lever. Where people can follow me in here. But I should be fine, even if anybody's left alive. The bonking, though. Yeah, even if anybody's left alive, I'll have enough time to turn around and get back out. And I'm just gonna shoot. Because that can also be helpful to, even if I haven't noticed an enemy, she'll lock on them. But it looks like we got everybody. Alright, and I like to do the safety spin. Oh, this is why we spin. Sometimes they are there. 90% of the time, nobody. but actually probably more like 5% of the time. It's not often. You will do a safety spin and find somebody still alive. Or you could just be a smart person and learn how many monkeys and lions are in the level, but for some reason I've basically refused to do that on principle, I guess. So I do my safety spin. Ugh, the cursed table, it will haunt my dreams. Ugh. There was also one for Alexandria that I used, also from Stella's site, to keep track of like, don't leave this area until you have this item. But that one's a normal table. See, that's just a nice, helpful table. Like, never hurt anybody. Unlike the Cairo table, which is just pain all the way through. All right. Today we will not be turning to gold. Today we will be remaining human. That's also why you do the little roll when you're up against it, so that, because control is not only what you use to have it just pull up the item, but it's also what you use to vault up. So if you're still pressing forward while you were running up to the block and then you start pressing control, you can easily climb up onto the hand and die. So it's nice to do that little roll there and face away from it. Just a little bit of safety. All right, so just a nice leisurely jog back to our platform full of levers. And unless I do something real dumb in the next, well, that's a regular amount of dumb, that's fine. Yeah, unless something horrible happens in the next couple of minutes, we may be on to Cistern. Which is very nice. No, not Cistern. Wait. Folly? Wait, no. I could look at the splits, but I want to do it. Folly, Colosseum, Midas. I kind of think of those as three together. Because then you go into, because they all have this like warm tone brown kind of thing going on. And they're like almost sandy in places. Then there's the two ones that have the more silvery gray stones with the green algae or whatever. All right, I'm going to focus on killing this lion because it takes a little bit more time with the pistols. Yeah. Yeah, see? Tons of health. Oh yeah, so Cistern and Tehoken, I kind of think of them as a unit, and the 3 levels before this unit. So the next level is Cistern. What a long way to say that. And that means that there's a decent chance that I might meet my goal today, where I was saying at the beginning of stream that I know I'm still getting used to streaming and still getting comfortable and stuff. So I'm not going to be, check for secret. 3 of 3. Excellent. Oh yeah, so I may not be as, like smooth with my, I may goof up some sequences. And the first stream I was like just jumping in random. I jumped straight into the T-Rex. That is not the strat you want to use. Yeah, so I didn't know how today would go, but I was saying that ideally I would like to make it to Tehoken, which is level 9. But honestly, just making it past the secret going down the wrong way in Folly would have made me happy. And I definitely hit that first one. And maybe we'll make it to Tehoken. Okay, so now we are in the cistern. Kill this rat. And yeah. It's okay. These are essentially practice runs, right? Sort of. Yeah, I mean, because I'm so early in streaming, I definitely thought of the runs I was doing on my first stream as practice. But kind of my perspective now is like if I get a run going, then I'm ready. Like I oops. All right, a little health loss, but that's fine. If I get a run going, like I'm prepared to like take a run over the finish because I've done my practice. Where are these crocodiles? I should be shooting right now. We may have to meet him downstairs. Hello? Come out and let me murder you. Fine. Be that way. Oh yeah, so I wouldn't call these practice runs though, because I am like yeah, I'm hoping to be able to complete this live on stream. So yeah, these are for keeps, ideally. Whoops. I'm gonna try to just get these out of the way because I feel like it's distracting me that they're not dead yet. Okay, that's one. And we gotta get the other one. Because even though individual bites don't do an extraordinary amount of damage, you never want to be trapped in a tunnel with one of them unexpectedly because they can do quite a bit and each up. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if something's going good today, then we shall see. All right. So on to our first encounter with Pierre, which will also be our last encounter with Pierre in this level because we will have him come out, but we won't kill him. We're actually just going to tank the damage and run past. Or should we? No, I always forget. So here, to run through this room without... oh, come on. Okay. Okay, so to get through this room without shooting Pierre and making him disappear, it's often about half health. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. But, and if you don't kill him in this room, then he'll just stay in here the rest of the level. So you would meet him 2 more times, but you won't because he'll still be here. An alternative is to kill him in this room and then leave him stuck in one of the underwater rooms. But I forget that I'm very poor at shooting him in this room. I tend to die a lot. So I'm gonna tank the damage. And that might be unwise. but I feel a little bit more confident in this one. Oh, and I'm going to tank more damage because I'm getting spooked on this jump. But that should be okay. Okay, so now we're safe from the crocs. And I'm just going to do one health check before I kind of continue. Awesome. Okay, so that should be definitely enough health to finish the level. And we'll see how far we get. And we have another one over here. I like this level. I know people have really mixed opinions about it. Some people like hate this level. And I think it's because in general, I've noticed people tend not to like the water levels in Tomb Raider games. I know hating on water percent is very popular in Tomb Raider 2, but in Tomb Raider 2, those are actually like quite challenging levels, especially for like challenge runs. So I understand that, but I have noticed that it seems like people don't enjoy the water levels as much. But I love water. I love the beach. I love pools. I love everything about it. Give me levels with water. I love swimming. Like I'm all about it. Um, but I know that's a bit of an unpopular opinion. Um, and fake grab, nice. Yeah, so this is where PR number 2 would be. But since we left him in the other room, he is not here to bother us. We're just free to jump right in here. Oh yeah, so I think maybe part of it's the water that people don't like, but also it can be a little confusing of like some places you can get to before you pull the lever and some places you can't get to before you pull the lever. Oh, we don't need the ammo, we only need the chime. But I like it. I don't know. It's got like some satisfying platforming. There's visual interest. I'm a big fan. Although I do call it the toilet because it kind of just reminds me of like a big sewer system and the audio track. Like, I don't know. It reminds me of being like in the shower, like the shower at the public pool. Like, it's just the dripping water in the background and like weird sounds and stuff. So that's what it always reminds me of. And I don't know. So that's my affectionate, rude nickname for this level. Um, so I love the toilet. Um, yeah. Even though it's not called the cistern because it's a sewer system, like that's part of a toilet. A cistern is like a rainwater storage, I believe. It's like if you had a pool that was treated with something. Oh, I forgot. I only need to get the trigger. I don't need to actually visit the whole ass secret. Trying not to take damage just in case. Oh yeah, so the pool of water in the main room, I believe is supposed to mimic that kind of a cistern where it's like a rainwater collector. But yeah, but that's not really my I'm, as I mentioned before, I'm kind of a poor student of history, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Any historians or people with basic levels of human knowledge in chat. Um, but yeah. Ah, yes, the wreck of Maria Diarrhea. Oh my god. The way that I will never be able to think of that level as named anything else ever again. It's just so perfect. um, okay. And there we go. Okay, so we have 2 secrets out of 3. We have, oh, God only knows what keys we have. There's rusty keys, there's silver keys, there's gold keys, and you get them all out of order. And, well, so we have some amount of keys. We're gonna hit this lever and then visit one more underwater room. And then we will be good. Yeah, and then we'll be good on like level specific pickups. And we just get 1 secret on the way out of this part. And try not to die to the lions at the end.
No.
No. No. It is the legacy I leave to the tomb raiding world. It truly is. And honestly, I'm very jealous and it's beautiful and I love everything about it. It's an excellent legacy and I'm very proud of you. And I'm laughing not because I think it's because I'm kind of serious. I think that's a great legacy. It's really funny. Okay, so secret number 3 is right in here. Thank you. You are welcome. And oh, right. I don't even need to go up there because we already heard the chime. Yeah, so I assume this challenge will take me a while. Even though we're doing pretty good today, I think this will probably, or almost definitely, die somewhere today. And we'll be hacking at this for a while. Because even when things are going very well, getting past the very end of the game, especially with like Natla's fight, doing that with pistols, it's just gonna take so long for with pistols. I think I'm gonna do safe strat on this monkey. Yeah, no hitting me today. We'll just climb right back up, same way, and shoot him now that he's out and about. Oh yeah, so I actually expect to have lots of runs die in Atlantis, even though I do feel comfortable. And I've played through them pistols only in practice. But, oh, but it's just about 1 a.m., so I may head to bed. But this was so fun. I look forward to more streams. Thank you so much for stopping by, DM. It was really nice to chat with you. And it was really fun to have you here. And I'm glad you had a nice time. And also, that's so late. Go to bed. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. And I will see you at your stream on Saturday, probably. So thanks again, DM. Bye. Good night. Oh, uh-oh. Run, Dead. I did not know that the lions get triggered if you go back up. So that's an oops on my end. But that's something I'll know for next time. And actually, I think since I'm still so new at streaming, I think I'm going to call it here for the night. Let me just increment that death counter first. And so that we're ready for next stream. Properties. 6. Oops. Okay, so our death counter is incremented. And I'm going to try to find somebody to raid, I think. Yeah, because as I was saying, let me exit to title first here so that we have some nice Tomb Raider music. And yeah, I'm going to look that up on the phone because I'd like to raid out to people in general. So I'm actually not even sure if anybody's still around, but I'd like to at least get into the habit of doing such things. Let me see. Oh, Chandri's still streaming. Yeah. So Chandri is a Tomb Raider challenge runner. He's not playing Tomb Raider right now, but he does some wonderful Tomb Raider streams. So I'm gonna bring us over there, even if it's just me. And I'm actually just gonna Google how to raid on Twitch man because I do not I don't think I ever looked that up before. / name and the name of the channel. Okay, no ad. Okay. All right, we're gonna raid Chandri Leaf. I always think it's Chandri Life, but it's Leaf, I think. Okay. And let me try to learn a little bit of streaming. Okay, so I switched to ending stream. And yeah, so for anybody who is here today, I really appreciate it. Thanks to DM for chatting, and it was nice to see you all. I'll probably be streaming again in a couple of days. But for now, I'm going to call it here. I'm really happy with the progress. Didn't make it to Tihoken, but I'm very, very happy that I was able to go as far as I did. And we have a new PB, which is at the very end of Cistern. We'll try to beat that next stream. But for now, thank you for watching, everybody. It's nice to hang out a little bit. And now we're going to raid Chandri. Okay, and I will end stream here.